Hey patients, Dr. Epic here, back with some more medicine. Today I wanted to talk about the planet Habitat 7, also known as Rider 1 of the Mass Effect universe. If you played Mass Effect Andromeda, you may remember this as the first planet that you landed on. So this planet shaped a lot of people's first impressions, and to me, it was a good one. Some, of course, used the setting of the mission, being a ship crash, as a metaphor for the rest of the game, which I think is a bit hyperbolic as the game did have some magic elements, these golden worlds for one, in my opinion, of course. Spoilers for the game will follow. But I really liked the golden worlds, and Habitat 7 in particular, so with in regards to a new Mass Effect game releasing in the hopefully not too super distant future, I wanted to explore them a little bit again in video form. First off, thank you for clicking. I'll just get right to it and let's talk about Habitat 7. Let's first start off with exploring the lore of Habitat 7, and then later we can explore what possible role the planet will play in future games. Habitat 7 is the second planet from its star in the Erickson system of the Helios cluster. Its average surface temperature is a comfortable 17 degrees Celsius or 62 degrees Fahrenheit. Above its skies arcs a beautiful orbital ring of cosmic stuff and material, as well as two humble moons. It orbits around its host star once every 3.1 years, meaning that Leonardo DiCaprio would be dating a 6-year-old on this planet. Habitat 7 is the name the so-called Andromeda Initiative from the Milky Way came up with when examining Andromedan planets for possible colonization. Habitat 7 is, interestingly enough, the only planet in the Erickson system not named after the places that the Viking explorers Bjarni Herjolfsson, Leif Erikson, and and Thorfinnr Karl Thorfinnr Karlsefni Thorarason. Okay, I didn't manage to do that last one, but let's just listen to Google Translate. Maybe they can do it.
Þorfinnr Karlsefni Þórðarson.
Anyway, Habitat 7 is the only planet not named after places that those guys visited and gave names to throughout the ages, around year 1000, I believe, in real life on Earth. The other planets of the Erickson system are named Vinland, Markland, and Helluland. Habitat 7 was likely awaiting a more ceremonial naming process upon the colonists' physical arrival. Habitat 7 was one of the original Golden Worlds and projected to host a vibrant, green, plant-filled world, especially friendly to the human species and similar physiologies, with a very Earth-like gravitation, something common for most of the projected Golden Worlds at this point. The only known Andromeda species to have managed to take advantage of this lively planet in its prime is the Jardan, the assumed creators of the so-called remnant technology, like the well-known vaults and remnant robots. These previous inhabitants are nowhere to be seen at this point in time, however. The precise reason why is not clear. However, there exist clues that paint a grim picture. Sometime believed to have happened in the 600 years after the Milky Way colonists left from the Milky Way, a yet to be fully understood phenomenon known as the Scourge devastated the entire planet. The Scourge is believed to have been the catalyst in a cosmic reaction contributing to making Habitat 7's global climate a nightmare for organic life. Massive planetary electrical storms ravaged the planet. Nearly all remaining plant life has been wiped out from the surface. The same sadly rings true for all the animals that no doubt roam the surface, supported by the fact that at least smaller animals could be observed still surviving in a closed-off microbiome in a cave near the Pathfinder team's crash site, as well as the larger flying animals somehow evading the lightning storms. Magnetization in the ground's elements make life dangerous and puts all occupants at risk of electrical shock and lightning strikes. It is not known with certainty exactly what happened to the planet, but the Scourge is believed to have affected and tampered with local remnant megatechnology, known as the Vaults. The Vaults traditionally assist in making and keeping planets livable for organic life. But like is the case for many other worlds of Helios, on Habitat 7, the Vault appears to have been disabled from its intended purpose, and instead contribute to making the planet inhospitable for most life. It is observed and concluded by the first Milky Way individuals on site, the Pathfinder team led by then acting Pathfinder Alec Ryder and one of his children, and his other team members, that the vault was caught in a so-called feedback loop with the electrical storms, as described by the Pathfinder's Sam. Somehow this makes the vault not work as intended in keeping the planet viable. Not just the electrical hazards make Habitat 7 dangerous, also the atmosphere is drastically different than projected. It is unbreathable for humans, and likely most known Milky Way species, completely opposite to the original Initiative observations. Breathing it for only a few seconds is fatal. Further hazardous challenges for the colonists proved to be the occupation by the non-native Ket Empire. The Ket are a hostile, intelligent interstellar empire of genetically homogeneous organics that conquer and dominate other lifeforms as standard policy. This led to the first contact between the Milky Way and Andromeda, ending in violent conflict on this planet. The Ket presence on this planet was not particularly expansive, and upon learning what they wanted from the local remnant artifacts, they appear to have fled this hostile planet, as no known intelligent creatures inhabit it at this point, making it strategically unimportant compared to other planets in the Helios cluster. The Pathfinder team that originally landed on the planet on first contact managed to seemingly reboot the vault in an attempt to restore viability to the planet. The vault was however too damaged to achieve this goal. Reactivation caused a dramatic and unexpected reaction within the structure to occur, leading to the death of the first human Pathfinder, Alec Ryder, one of the many setbacks for the Andromeda Initiative's project. His sacrifice was sadly a little bit in vain in regards to failing to restore the proper functions of the vault, but at least further destabilization of the planet by the vault was halted. In honor of the Pathfinder Alec Ryder's efforts, in addition to his children's remarkable actions in working for peace, freedom, and sustainable life quality for the Helios cluster, the planet is officially named Ryder 1 in this honor. With the vault out of commission, the initiative attempts to start a traditional terraforming project. The fruits will only be able to be enjoyed properly by the next generation of Asari and Krogan though, as that is a very costly and time-consuming process, often lasting over millennia. Still, it proves that life finds a way. Guys, I just started watching Rick and Morty Season 6. Did I really play Pink Floyd, or is it just the fever I currently have while writing this note? Anyways, back to the exploration of the planet. This does it for the available lore that I found. As for Habitat 7 or Ryder 1's future in the coming games, by the way, what's the deal with involving numbers in the name of a planet? I get it, like if you're NASA and you're trying to categorize 1,000,000 planets due to the sheer amount of planets and amount of time it would take to give each one a name, especially when every planet is the same basically, i.e. Dead featureless Cosmic Rock. That's a badass heavy metal name, by the way. But this planet is special enough to deserve its own name without numbers in my opinion, so what's wrong with just Ryder, or Ryderstan, or Ryderland in theme with the Ericsson theme? Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. As for the future of Ryder 1 in the coming games, well, at the moment it's a toxic planet, unsuitable for colonization with no points of interest except for a non-functioning remnant vault. The Archon is dead, and he was apparently the only cat leader interested in Jardan and remnant technology. This means that the planet has no known thing about it to make it interesting for our antagonists. But of course, who knows what lies deeper in the remnant vaults or on the other continents and caves of the planet. So this planet is of no doubt of great symbolic importance, being named Ryder 1 after the person who saved the entire cluster from the Archon's destructive plan. This symbolic value could make it a target for terrorists or larger threats wanting to demoralize the Andromeda Initiative. But even H-047C seems to be of more value than this planet due to its bountiful starship reservoir, and that place doesn't even have a magnetosphere. But the terraforming project on Ryder 1 is a very ambitious one that I want to be kept in the loop on. I want to know what happens to this planet, as it holds a special place in my heart as the start of the most unconventional Mass Effect adventure. I do, however, doubt it will play much importance in the coming game stories. Perhaps it will behave similar to how Eden Prime played in the original trilogy. As for now, I think this will have to do. I don't think there's much to say other than these things about Habitat 7. So I just want to thank you for watching, and thank you for joining me on this little visit of the Golden Worlds and the electrifying Habitat 7. I don't think I'm done with the exploration series, because there's still a lot of things, particularly in this universe, Mass Effect universe, that I want to explore and talk more about. So, stay tuned. Other than that, I'll just be signing out as Dr. Epic, and if you need some more lightning rods, just subscribe and I'll see what I can do. Alright, have a beautiful day, or night, or lunch, or, whatever. Have a beautiful time.